everybody, I hope you're well. So today's vlog, I'm going to talk about collaboration, and I think it relates quite well to the last two vlogs that I've done. There was the one about consistency in training in terms of that stopping you from getting injured so much, and competing, so compere, the one that I did about that, how that actually means to seek with, and so we need to change our competitive mindset. So yeah, as I say, I've been inspired to do the vlog about collaboration based on two things that happened this week. First of all, I've just come back from a Peak District business event. So I'm based out in the Peak District, and yeah, having sort of set up my own health and wellness business out here with zero business experience, anytime I can kind of get advice and help of other people and a chance to network, then you know it's gold dust for me. It really is. And indeed I've come away from that event just feeling really inspired and comforted in a way as well, because you sort of can see that other people are facing the same obstacles as you, and I've got some really good information and contacts out of it as well. So I think that can be related to both the training perspective and when you're injured, which I'll come back to later on. But first I want to tell you about the second thing that is, again, as I say, has inspired me to do about collaboration, and it was from a podcast that I was listening to, and it was basically advice for startup businesses, and there's like about 10 different tips, and one of the points particularly struck home because it was a lady who was talking about how she's seen the most destructive type of behaviour in businesses was that of like internal competition and trying to have like a one-upmanship within a business. And she says it's far better to create an environment in which you sort of want other people to succeed, and you know, you share resources and you're understanding and encouraging of each other. And as I say, she's sort of seen terrible situations where people would just compete and fight, and you'd just get so caught up in the fight that you'd forget why you'd even started or even passionate or interested in that job. And on the other hand, she said that when you do help each other and seek help, that when it comes to you talking about your successes, it's one of the most joyous things to praise the people that help you, is what she said, which I think is very true. So that's from a business perspective, but as I said, there's a lot of crossover. And in training, I have seen several instances of where people will compete within a training session, and you know, they'll sort of want to win a rep, they'll cut people up, they'll start like on the front of the start line when really they shouldn't, because they're getting in the way, but they're just like, yeah, being unnecessarily competitive basically. And I would say that girls are probably worse than boys in that respect as well, from what I've observed anyway. And yeah, even, you know, at an elite level, probably even more so. Like, I've been on training camps, and everyone, not everyone, but you know, the people that have considered a training session to be like a race, they've come away just completely burnt out by the end of the training camp, because even their easy runs, you know, they're pushing it up at the front and just competing, and mentally and physically that takes its toll. Conversely, I have come across an article that was, well, it was interviewing Ryan Hall, who is a very, very successful American runner, and you know, sub 60 half marathon runner. I think he used to run at Stanford. Anyway, he said that when he used to train with the other guys on the cross country team, you know, he was pretty much by far and away the best runner on the team, I think, but he took that more collaborative approach within his training, and the coach really like promoted that and encouraged that. And he said that he never really understood how in a training session, you know, they could all be working together and running at the same pace and, you know, encouraging each other on, and yet when it actually came to a race, he would still beat everyone by quite a long way, even though in training he was just running with them. So yeah, I mean, I'm not saying that that's exactly how every training session was, so maybe there's something a bit more to it than that, but it just shows you that you don't have to be an idiot in training. You know, you can have a much more friendly, collaborative approach, which is going to make it a lot more enjoyable as well. And when, you know, it comes to doing the races, if you do well and you have been an idiot in training, then people aren't going to be that bothered. They do actually say victory is a very lonely place if you have no one to share it with. But you know, if you're that person who probably is a lot better than everyone else, but that will encourage other people on, you know, perhaps sort of sacrifice an element of their own training to help other people, then you are going to absolutely be cherished by that team. And yeah, you're just going to be able to celebrate victory so much more, and you know, celebrate other people doing well as well. Absolutely. And yeah, I mean, I know this is a vlog about injuries and preventing injuries and overcoming injuries, and you know, quite clearly that same mindset can be applied to that as well. And yeah, you know how I said about in business, I've come away from the event today feeling comforted in that I know other people have the same problems as me. So again, if you sort of talk about your injuries, you can feel comforted that other people have had the same injuries. You can feel inspired that they've overcome them and gone on to do really well. And even the, you know, the sharing of the information, like, have you tried this stretch? Have you tried this physio? Have you tried this cross training session? There's a lot of practical information that we can share as well. So collaborate, guys. It's the way to go. Yeah, hopefully you found that useful, and thanks as ever for watching. Okay, take care, bye bye.